The conversation. Facts, they say, are sacred, and any attempt to distort the originality could put truth in danger. In Akwa Ibom State, the government has cautioned against renewed incitement and inflammatory media campaigns over the state ownership of 76 oil wells. This caution follows recent remarks allegedly credited to Cross River State officials that the 76 oil wells belong to the estate, prompting the counterclaim. In a statement by the State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Akwa Ibom SAN, the government restated a 2012 Supreme Court judgment which validated that the 76 offshore oil wells belong to Akwa Ibom State and not Cross River State. The commissioner said the state government will continue to uphold the sanctity of judicial pronouncement, promote peace and defend what rightly belongs to its people. All right, BKO, let's begin this way. Let's begin the discussion, the conversation this way. Now, try and unpack this for us. What is the dispute, involving Akwa Ibom State and Cross River State and the ownership of 76 offshore oil wells? And also, how many times has the Supreme Court ruled on this matter?
Well, the Supreme Court decisively ruled in the year 2012 on the matter. And as far as we know, the Supreme Court is the final court in our land. And once the Supreme Court has ruled on a matter, you cannot litigate on that matter. Let me read part of what the Supreme Court said at that time. That is Justice Adekeye, Justice of the Supreme Court, says the facts before this court do not support the claim of the plaintiff to being a littoral state. A non-littoral state cannot claim oil wells offshore as it has no maritime boundary. And then Rose Vivo, the Justice of the Supreme Court, as it then was, also said the plaintiff's case crumbles due to the wrong assumption that it is a littoral state. That reasoning is strange and unfortunate. It is wrong. So, and it affirmed the principle of derivation as provided for under Section 162, subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. What is going on now is simply people using media platforms to cause disaffection, to misinform the public about a matter that the courts had put to bed. Now, sometimes you win in court, yet you still need a political solution.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because sometimes the political solution is the real clincher, not the judgment. Legally, there is nothing that Cross River State can do. But there are still issues that need to be addressed politically. Okay. And what makes sense is for the governors of both states, to lead the way in finding lasting peace. Where some communities are ceded to another state, as we have seen in this case, that has to be addressed. If they don't do that, this matter may degenerate, given the fact that we are seeing a lot of write-ups, a lot of misinformation about a matter already decided, long dusted, done and dusted, as he said. So my appeal is for the governors of the two states. Thankfully now, they are both in the APC. Okay. Akwa Ibom has been given those oil wells. There's nothing anyone can do about it now, legally speaking. But there is room for political solution. They can sit down and find a way to resolve this decisively.
Oh, okay. I mean, Majid, let's look at this matter, critically. Should a legally settled interstate dispute, be reopened through either dialogue, politics, or even negotiation?
No, because these two states used to be tied together with the same umbilical cord, Akwa Ibom and Cross River. So when the two states were divided, it used to be Cross River. So Akwa Ibom came out of Cross River State. And the International Court of Justice ICJ decision on Bakassi affected the oil status of the two states. And Cross River should just calm down, because in its magnanimity, Akwa Ibom in 2006 offered to be given Cross River 250 million naira every month, ex gratis. I mean, it's showing that, we are both, it's like as a measure of a good faith, despite the fact that
they won the case.
Now, also recall that Akwa Ibom too suffered a loss of 86 oil wells to rivers.
Okay.
Yes. Cross River lost 76 to
Akwa Ibom.
Akwa Ibom lost 86
to Rivers State.
Because of this littoral status. And a littoral state is a state that lies
in the boundaries.
Yeah, in the shore of
another state.
No, in the shore of a river or a lake. That gives you the benefit to tap into what lies offshore.
Do you think the National Boundary Commission should comment on this matter?
It's already a case that has already been decided. But they have gone to the Supreme Court 3 times, and now you see it was a very technical thing. They went to the court to seek for 2 things. To seek that 24 villages that belongs to Cross Rivers should not be ceded to Akwa Ibom. That was granted.
Okay.
In the same case, they were asking for the 76 oil wells that was ceded to Akwa Ibom to be granted, to be ceded to Rivers. Okay. But the Supreme Court ruled otherwise, because in the ruling by those justices of the Supreme Court, they said those villages were lying in the northern part of Cross River, so they could get those states. But these oil wells were lying in the southern part, which makes them to belong to
Akwa
Ibom. So I think the VP has also intervened in this matter, and he has said, and fortunately or unfortunately, the governor of Cross River is the chairman of the South-South Governors Forum. So he ought to be the one to take the initiative to call for a meeting now, for a truce on this matter.
Well, anyway.
And I believe that a true reason should prevail.
Obviously, this is a very sensitive matter involving 2 states, but just like what you said, a political solution, ought to be brought in.
But sometimes judicial pronouncements are not easy to implement.
Yeah.
Sometimes we've seen cases decided a long time ago, especially land disputes.
Yeah.
Land matters are usually very emotive. People are prepared to die. So you can obtain judgment, and the other side will still feel that they've been wronged one way or another, because it's only the judgment of God that is supreme. People come back from court and feel that justice has not been done.
Exactly.
And sometimes when that happens, you now see a pushback, making it difficult to implement
the judgment.
So this is the way it is. Look at how long it took to resolve the Emir of Gwandu matter.
Yeah.
You know? So this, I just hope that, look, they shouldn't, they are brothers, they used to be part of one state.
Yeah.
They should stop the mudslinging, and allow peace to reign.
No matter the pressure, they should allow peace to reign. All right, let's move straight to our next